All right, welcome back to another edition of Fantasy Stockball with New Level Investment Management LLC. Week 4, and again, to people who are, first of all, new to the Fantasy Stockball, what we try to do is we try to match up good companies or good stocks to football players, but we're doing something slightly different this year because we feel that the stock market is kind of at a top, and there's a lot of indicators that are pointing to a slowdown or a recession, if you will. So we're trying to get defensive. And what we're doing now is instead of calling out individual players like we used to, like a quarterback, running back, and receiver, we're just taking all defenses and we're trying to get defensive in our stock portfolio. So this week is the same. We're going to go with a defense. We're going to go with the LA Chargers, not the San Diego Chargers. And they're going up against Miami. And unfortunately, Miami, too, until Miami can show that they're going to play some good football, we're just going to basically pick a team that's going against Miami. And when Miami's on their bye week, we'll use the Jets, okay? We might even use the Redskins, who knows? They're pretty bad too. But, so we're going to go with the Chargers defense against Miami's offense. We feel that that's an excellent matchup for, the Chargers defense to put up points. And we're going to match the Chargers with a company that you probably haven't heard of before, Exelon, not Exxon. Exelon, Exelon. You probably haven't heard of that parent company name, but if you live in the D.C. area, minus Virginia, if you live in D.C. or Maryland or Baltimore, some parts of Delaware, Atlantic City, Georgia, and some parts of Illinois, Chicago, then you use their product, and it's an electric company. So in D.C. and Maryland, we use Pepco, right? You move to a house or an apartment, you go to turn on that light bill. Guess who you're paying? You're paying Pepco, and Pepco's parent company is Exelon. Okay, if you're in Baltimore, I think it's BGE or GBE, GB, one of those acronyms or whatever. You pay that company. So it's a massive company, and think about it, it's a utility company, so it's a monopoly. Like, for instance, if you live in Washington, D.C., you're paying D.C. Water for your water, right? You don't get an option, you don't get a choice. You can't go to another company and say, hey, I like your rates better, we're going to use you. No, it's a monopoly. So monopolies suck, but they're great to invest in because where else are you going to go? So they're always going to have cash flow. Exelon is no different. They have a massive dividend yield. It's slightly under 3%. It's about 2.97%, but it's $1.45 a share. Their price earning ratio is a little high for a utility company, but again, a lot of people are starting to pile into this name because it is a utility company, and people are trying to, especially with yields and being at historic lows, people are chasing yields. So they're going to these massive dividend companies. And when that happens, that price earning ratio is going to shoot up because it's going to shoot the stock up because you got more money piling in. But I do think this is a good company that, hey, one, it's not going to zero. Two, it's a monopoly, so it's going to be around. And three, during recessions, these are the companies that you want to be in. You want to get defensive. You want to have a company that's paying you their cash flow. I think they're bringing in a little under $5 billion a year in earnings, and a lot of that is cash flow because, again, they don't need to reinvest in the company as much as, say, as an Amazon or a Walmart or one of these companies that has all this competition. There's no competition, so why do I need to reinvest, right? So, again, great company to be in, get defensive, good dividend yield. These are the type of companies that you want to search for right now to be defensive in the stock market, mind you. So that's what we have for you this week. New Level Investment Management LLC. Thanks for tuning in.